Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and we are back for another Game of Thrones reaction video. And today we are on Season 3, Episode 8, Second Sons. And of course, I am joined by my co-host, Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
How's it going?
It's going all right. We're almost there. Only 3 episodes left of season 3. And definitely make sure to come back next week. We have another special guest, our second special guest of season 3. So that should be a fun episode. But before we get there, we have to see what these second sons are all about. So in episode 7, we saw Daenerys arrive outside of the gates of Yunkai, in which she has shown up to free 200,000 or so slaves in the city. But the masters of Yunkai obviously do not want that to happen and try to bribe her to just go away. But she didn't accept their offer and took the gold anyway. Then we saw Melisandre let Gendry know that he is Robert Baratheon, the bastard, and of royal blood. And we saw Arya ditch the Brotherhood without banners to flee on her own, only to get snatched up by the Hound. Then we saw Jon and Ygritte on their way to the wall with the rest of the wildlings, but a little bit of trouble in paradise as they began to have conflicting views on how this war will go, but ultimately still worked it out in the end. Then we saw Tyrion and Shay get into quite the lovers' quarrel over this arranged marriage with Sansa, while Marjorie gave Sansa lessons on how to spin your circumstances into your favor. We then heard that Talisa is pregnant with Rob's baby. And finally, we saw Jaime show some more heart and continue his friendship with Brienne when he turned back to help save her when she was put in a fighting pit to kill off a bear to try to save her life. But thankfully, Jaime showed up, and now they are both on their way to King's Landing. So that was episode 7. Let's see what this 8th episode has in store.
Dun 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 dun. All right. Well, at least the Hound didn't kill her, I guess. Well, he looks like she's gonna murder him, though.
They're moving quick.
You showed me mercy, but I'm not gonna show you any.
I'll give you one try, girl.
Oh, well.
Kill me and you're free. But if I live, I'll break both your hands.
Not a good deal.
Go on, hit me.
Oh, I guess she chose not to.
Chose wisely.
She made her choice. Oh, it's like a ragtag father and son. They hate each other.
You're lucky.
There's no one worse than you.
You never knew my
Damn.
killed a man for snoring. So quit trying to bash my skull in. We might just make it there in time for the wedding.
Well, that's exciting, I guess. Off they go on their fun little adventure.
They're called the Second Sons, a company led by a Bravosi named Mero. The Titans.
Name of this episode.
And
Dario Naharis.
Is that Ed Skrein?
It is.
He licks my ass like she was born to do it. You, slave girl.
Daenerys is not
Bring
impressed by
We
these
have
people.
no slaves here. I would pay you as much and more.
I'll contract you for a month.
Sante. He's like, what the hell?
No one will hire the
Nasty
second sons
bastard.
again.
Ride with me and you'll never need another contract.
Show me your cunt. I want to see if it's exciting.
You sirve interessi.
Hell. It's just
You seem to be
Just
enjoying my wine.
out of-
Perhaps you'd
not
like
even gonna
a flagon
acknowledge
to help you ponder.
what you just said to me.
And what's my
Just
brothers
right
in
to the
arms
point.
drink?
A barrel, then.
The Titans
Daenerys
bastard
just
does
looks
not
so
drink alone.
unamused. And I don't blame her.
Sir Barristan, if it comes to battle, kill that one first.
Yeah.
Your Grace.
Loving this, like, great fierceness from Daenerys. You've had enough.
Always talking crazy to her.
I'll come visit you soon.
He's like, what does that mean?
And none have seen the blade.
Oh,
All right, sure. Run, Gendry.
Lysandra back at the mess. Learning how to read.
Fuck.
Well, I mean, he's pretty old, but I mean, what better time than the present?
Because he has your blood in his veins.
I was gonna say he's your half, the half relative. Yeah.
Renly
Well,
warned you.
I like
How many
Renly,
girls?
so
How many men? How many women?
screw
The
Stannis.
darkness will devour them all, she says, the night that never ends. Great or small, we must do our duty.
Your duty seems to
What
involve
one
killing a
bastard
lot of your
boy
relatives so far.
against the kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to have very many left.
Why did you come to see me today?
Came
So
to free
Davos
you.
asking the real questions.
If you
Yeah,
swear
like, what
never
the
to
hell?
raise your hand to the Lady Melisandre again.
That's a tough choice.
That's right.
Maybe I'll stay here.
I saw a vision in the flames. Great battle in the snow. I saw it.
A snow battle, huh?
And you saw whatever she gave birth to.
Oh, now we get to see what they're going to be like as a couple, huh?
Lady
And
Sansa,
Shay's got to stand there.
do you
I
drink
think Tyrion's quite the upgrade from Joffrey, personally.
When I have to. We're going to be sisters soon. We should be friends.
Look at that look that Cersei gave when she
You're
wrapped
musical,
her arm
aren't you?
around her.
If you ever call me sister again, I'll have you strangled in your sleep.
Oh, dang. Even Marjorie shook.
Cersei said, I'm done with the games.
I
I'm
mean,
just lay it out there, girl.
I want you dead.
Your father's gone. As the father of the realm, it is my duty to give you away to your husband.
This is awkward.
Poor Tyrion.
Well, at least they found a way around it. Get out of the Gendry.
Alessandra's just buttering you up, Gendry.
They know it's too good to be true. I think. I
Have
mean,
you
look
ever
at that
seen one
outfit.
like it?
Get out.
That's good.
Don't, you shouldn't have done that, Gendry. You fool.
Go on, have some more.
So it begins. Come on, Gendry. I thought you were at least smarter than this.
Every bite.
Too young.
I thought that crossed my mind.
Hormones take over.
He's in
Can't
trance.
think
There are
straight.
mistakes. And birth it into the world.
I know. Stop her,
We're
Gendry.
both a part of this plan.
Melisandre just hooking up with all the Baratheons, I guess. Ugh. What the hell is that? Is that a leech? Let's see what you got.
Uh-oh.
Usurper Balon Greyjoy.
Oh no.
Usurper Joffrey Baratheon.
Well, I'm okay with that. Yeah, he's got that wine filled to the brim.
If it's my wedding day, I'm getting to do what I want.
So, you will be the king's stepfather and brother-in-law. When you marry the king,
That's confusing.
his mother will become his sister-in-law.
Just out here trolling her own grandchildren.
Stay.
She's like, back off me.
He managed to have things like
Oh, Shay.
You seem rather drunk.
a drunken little lust-filled beast. More than once. There you have it. Nothing to worry about. Drinking and lust.
Drink. You can joke.
Poor Tyrion can't even have fun at his own wedding.
Oh. Even Tywin has to judge him there.
My father once told me.
Nobody cares what your father once told you.
She's such a jerk. Couldn't even just humor the conversation. Just straight up, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Bye. Like, I'm standing here in peace. Why don't you come and talk to me?
Wasting my time.
Suppose it doesn't really matter which Lannister puts the baby into you. Maybe I'll pay you a visit tonight after my uncle passes out. How'd you like that?
Can't he just like move on? Jesus.
Time for
Great.
the bedding ceremony.
I mean, he's always terrible, so I guess I'm not
Respect
surprised.
for tradition, Uncle. Come, everyone! Get rid of her gown. She won't be needing it any longer. Ladies, attend to my uncle. He's not heavy.
There will be no bedding ceremony.
Bring out the blade.
Fucking your own bride with a wooden cock.
Oh, yeah.
What did you say?
Oh.
What did you say?
A bad joke, Your Grace. Made out of your own.
Oh, God.
manhood. Guilty.
More wine.
But it is my wedding night. My tiny drunk cock and I have a job to do.
Oh, Tyrion.
What? Neck.
Okay. I guess so.
I mean, she does kind of have a long neck.
My Lord Father has commanded me to consummate this marriage.
Sandra said, you know what, let me drink.
Time to pour one out for me. With all the clothing in this time period, it takes like 10 minutes to get undressed.
I won't. My father wants someone to get fucked. I know where he can start.
Oh.
And so my watch begins.
Passes out. Well, oh well. I mean, they're married, but you know, at least maybe they'll develop feelings for each other somehow. Doing better than Loras and Cersei, I'll tell you that.
What do you mean reasonably well?
Dothraki is difficult for the mouth to master.
Ath Jahakar. Ath Jahaka. Ath Jahakar. Ath Jahakar. Well,
We're getting there.
out of practice.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Or she dies.
Oh. Well, I'm kind of glad they're dead. But I mean, damn.
We had philosophical differences. I only
What,
do what I
what a
want to do.
surprise. Someone
Well,
has
this
the
is
hots for
supposed to
Daenerys.
impress me.
Yes.
Haven't heard that one before.
Swear to me.
You know, we're just adding more fun
Second
people to
son's
the gang,
on
aren't we?
So is Dario Naharis.
Oh, this is awkward. Rude. Oh. Well, maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope for them after all. Oh God, are we after all this time? We're gonna go back to Samwell and Gilly? Like, hey, remember these people?
They're still alive in the wood. What's going on with all these ravens?
Doesn't sound like a good idea.
Do you talk fancy on purpose to confuse me?
What?
I mean, was that fancy talk?
I'll build that.
Like, just hey, can you name your child? Like, is that fancy talk to people? I guess I don't know.
Craster.
Yeah, I'll name him that.
No, Gilly.
Don't name him after his murderous grandfather
That's a
slash
lovely idea.
like, other relatives.
Mormont's a last name. It's a family name.
Meanwhile, if she can
Because
build the fire
I'm
so quick,
Samwell
why
Harley.
didn't she just start? Like,
Samwell
why
is my birth name.
don't have him
Literally.
trying all that
It's
My
time?
family name.
Literally, she got it up and running in like 5 seconds.
My father's also a Tarly.
Is your father cruel like mine?
Different manner of cruel.
Everybody just has daddy issues in Game of Thrones. Sounds like there's a lot of crows outside. Might want to check.
Oh.
Then it stops. I would be running. I wouldn't even have to think twice. I would run. What will you do, Sam? It's that guy. He's back. That like leader White Walker dude. Uh-oh. Come on, Sam. This is your moment. Well, that went well. Run.
Why would you just stand there yelling, no, no?
Oh, it's that blade. It's that one blade. Was it Valerian steel thing?
That one is dragon.
Well, it looks like it's pretty effective. And all the knights getting chased by crows. All right, well, at least Samwell killed it, right?
Samwell killing a White Walker there. Who would have thought?
I mean, he kind of just froze when with the sword.
What is with both of them, Gilly and him? Just like they see these creatures coming at them and just stand there yelling or doing nothing, like run, move, like girl, what? Why are you just standing there yelling?
They seem perfect for each other in the fact that they're both like very incompetent in different ways.
Come on, girl. He's coming at you. You know he wants that child.
Well, that
He's coming for his sacrifice, girl.
That's what I mean, between that and then in the actual cabin itself where he can't make a fire and she makes one instantly. So they're just perfectly inept for each other.
I guess let's just start on that last scene. We see Gilly and Sam stumble upon this abandoned little house and talking about names. Obviously, Gilly been very sheltered by her father. Had to make a fire. And then the White Walker shows up, all the crows giving the sign. But thankfully, Samwell found that dragon glass blade, and it seemed to be effective when his regular sword just got like crushed by the White Walker. How'd you feel about their scene to close the episode?
I mean, I was surprised that was the bit that they ended with. We hadn't seen them in a few episodes, so it was kind of nice, I guess, to see where their story progressed, even if it didn't really progress all that much. They kind of just were wandering and they found a cabin and started a fire. And yeah, I mean, that was kind of shocking. Just the White Walker came out and with the baby, of course. So I guess it just traveled all that way and he really wanted the male baby. It even didn't matter how far away he got. He wanted that male baby. And it was nice that Samwell got to kill a White Walker, even though he was very inept at first. And Gilly didn't really do anything to try and prevent that from happening. But I guess with all the crows and all that and the ominousness of it all, I'll be intrigued to see where that goes as they're being chased by all of these birds.
But it seems like Sam is getting the most White Walker action. Everywhere he goes, they seem to be around the corner.
Yeah, at least this time he actually did something, unlike the last time where the ghost had to like basically save him from being murdered.
We start the episode with Arya contemplating killing the hound.
She tried. She thought about it.
She was getting ready, but he was ready for her. He said, do it. I'll give you one shot. If you kill me, you're good. If not, I'm chopping off them hands. I'm breaking them.
I mean, that's a fair trade, I guess.
She thought better of it and said, I'm not strong enough to kill him in one blow. So
yeah, if you gave me like 3 or 4, maybe, not one.
But she learned that the hound no longer works for Joffrey, and instead he plans to take her to the Faves at the Twins, where Rob and Catelyn are going to be for that wedding with Edmure, and he plans to sell her off to them. So how'd you feel about that little interaction with Arya and the hound?
It was entertaining in a way I wasn't expecting, just because they clearly don't like each other. And I guess that is kind of like the fun matchups in this show a lot of the time, are these people that don't like each other. And then they sometimes tend to actually do end up liking each other over time. So I do wonder if it'll be almost in that same vein, depending on how long they are together. You know, for all we know, the hound may actually sell her back and then never see her again. You never really know. I think they had fun interactions, so I'm excited to see where that goes. It'll be exciting to see, I guess, Arya reunite with some of her family, because basically all of the Starks have been separated since the very beginning.
And then we saw Melisandre and Gendry. We also saw Stannis free Sir Davos from his little prison.
Yay.
We also saw Sir Davos making some progress on that reading skills.
Yeah, he was reading pretty well by the end.
Yeah, so his lessons with Stannis' daughter paying off. But Stannis did let him out, and then Melisandre said he needed a demonstration that the king's blood or royal blood does work. So she seduces Gendry and puts the leeches on to get that blood. They throw them into the fire. The names of Robb Stark, Lord Greyjoy, and Joffrey Baratheon. So, how'd you feel about that scene with Stannis, Gendry, and Melisandre?
Definitely had some weird vibes to it. I mean, Melisandre seducing yet another man. And the same bloodline, I guess, even if they're like half relatives, Stannis and Gendry. So Melisandre just pulling off her crazy witchcraft again. I guess based off of her prior experiences, like we saw between her and Stannis, it'd be intriguing to see what entails for the names that were listed. Hopefully something bad happens to Joffrey. That's the one I'm rooting for.
We don't really love Balon Greyjoy much either, but
no. Well, that's the thing I'm worried about because Robb Stark, I feel like he's setting up for something bad eventually. So like I feel like something inevitable is gonna bad happen to him anyway. But like just because the Walder Frey thing, I feel like it's gonna cause some drama.
Then we saw Daenerys quite a bit this episode as she met with the Second Sons, and that leader of the Second Sons was wretched right from the get-go.
Yeah, right off the bat, he's definitely one of my least favorites. Of the people I disliked in the episode, just to get that out of the way.
She meets with them to try to get them on her side so she can take on young Kai. They don't accept her offer and instead plan to send Dario Naharis to go and kill her. And he saw something he liked in her when they met her the first time.
They always do.
And said, nah, I think I'm not going to do that. And so he kills those two, does sneak into her palace in the middle of the night, bends the knee, and pledges his loyalty to her cause. So how'd you feel about Daenerys this episode?
I thought her storyline was entertaining. I mean, it usually is surprising just to see that, another man just being really interested in Daenerys for whatever it means. I guess for this Darius guy, it's a little different because he's like a soldier type and he just wants to like, I guess, serve in that kind of capacity. It's not like people we've seen in the past that want to just exploit her for like other reasons. But it's also cool that it's Ed Skrein, I guess, just fun little, because we all know him from Deadpool and all that stuff. So it was like surprising, jarring, I guess you could say, seeing him pop up in Game of Thrones.
I know Tyler was shook when Ed Skrein.
I guess it'll be interesting to see where they go with that, just because like Daenerys is just collecting all of these strong men to just be around her.
That little Missandei brushing her up on her language skills.
Yeah, that was a fun scene as well. The Sunday, I mean, she had some traumatic stuff going on earlier on the episode with those gross guys that Darius was with,
and then Dario like holding her at knife point. So she,
yeah,
Sunday was going through it this episode.
I know. I mean, I'm glad those guys died.
Well, then our biggest storyline of the episode was the royal wedding.
Yay!
Tyrion and Sansa get married, and Joffrey just doing everything he can to make it as unpleasant as possible for everyone involved.
As he usually does in any situation. He always makes it worse.
Then we see Tywin getting mad at Tyrion for drinking too much, telling him I need a grandson immediately from Sansa and you. We see Loras try to like talk to Cersei. She's just like, shut up and get away from me.
Literally, like, I do not care. And walks away.
We also see Marjorie come up and try to like sweet talk Cersei, calls her sister. And Cersei straight out blatantly threatens Marjorie.
I will kill you if you call me sister again. I know. It's terrible.
Cersei just on one. She was not playing with anybody today.
He was not in the mood today. He wasn't not even in the mood to play games.
No time for any of the Tyrells. She was over all of them, saying, "Get away from me."
It is amusing how much she hates all of them. Like I will say that I think that is a very amusing aspect to everything with her, is how much she hates the Tyrells.
Well, then we also saw Olenna just trolling her grandchildren about this family life.
I mean, a lot of people in Game of Thrones, we have a really weird, wonky lineage, family tree kind of situation.
This is nuts. And then, of course, we see Tyrion and Sansa go back to the room. Tyrion just 5 shades to the wind drunk.
That's one way to put it.
But still in his drunken stupor is a gentleman. And Shay, while initially annoyed when she came into the room, saw the bed and it at least put her at ease for a moment. So,
yeah, there's maybe some hope for them after all.
How'd you feel about the whole Tyrion Sansa wedding storyline?
I thought it was a pretty good storyline overall. Just as a whole, just all of the banter in general between Tyrion acting like a drunken fool, having some fun banter, making threats at Joffrey was hilarious.
We always love a good threat towards Joffrey.
Cersei just straight up being like, "I don't care," when Loras tried to talk to her. Just straight up like, nobody cares, and just walks away. Like, just savagery. I kind of expected that from Tyrion, to kind of take the noble route. He's not going to force himself upon someone. That doesn't seem like his MO. It never has seemed like his MO. I feel like it would have been very out of character for him to actually go through with that anyway, whether he was sober or drunk. So it was nice for him to stick to his morals and I guess be loyal to Shay, and almost in a sense prove to Shay that he is trying to be loyal to her, and hopefully stick together even despite this very weird obstacle. It's interesting that their marriage was first, though. Like, of all of these marriages they're planning, it's interesting that Sansa and Tyrion, they like rushed through Tyrion and Sansa's wedding. And they're still
Marjorie and Joffrey have been engaged much longer.
That's that one, and I just want to see the Loras and Cersei one, because I just think that's funny, because Cersei is just so miserable and wants to kill them all.
Now that we've seen the leeches being thrown into the fire, we've seen Daenerys gathering the loyalty of the Second Sons, and now we have a Tyrion and Sansa wedding, plus Arya and the Hound on their way to meet up with Robb and Catelyn. What are your predictions?
Well, I still think that Daenerys is going to free everyone. She also has the Second Sons. I feel like it's almost like a given. They have to free these people, right? I mean, there seems to be a very unfair matchup. That, and I imagine that Arya will end up meeting up with the other Starks down there, at least for a moment or two. See if the Hound sticks around or not, because I mean, he's kind of just like a free agent, being a nomad, if you will. I'm hoping to see the Loras and Cersei wedding, because I think I just want to see that kind of misery unfold, because they both are, miserable in general, but especially Cersei, I guess.
Loras just trying to get to know his bride to be. He's just
she ain't having it though. She doesn't. She does not have any interest in even being friends or cordial at all.
At all.
I guess those are immediate predictions.
All right. So for this episode, who were your faves and least faves?
Probably my faves are probably Tyrion, Daenerys. I guess I could give a nod to Samwell, because he killed a White Walker.
Woo, Samwell!
Just because it was at least he eventually did eventually, by almost force, he had to be the hero of the situation. Yeah, I think those are the ones I can think of. I guess that Darius guy was kind of cool, and in the end, just kind of biased because it's Ed Skrein, but he at least he had an interesting introduction. His favorite, like I said previously, the creepy dude that got his head chopped off by Darius. So I guess he's not number one, but he was one I mentioned earlier.
It's terrible, so yes, put him on.
Joffrey, of course. Kind of hard to not put Joffrey on there when he threatens to rape Sansa after she's married to Tyrion. Cersei, although Cersei was entertaining. Cersei's always mean, but she was entertaining mean, at least in this episode. Threatening to kill Marjorie because he called her sister, and then just straight up ignoring Loras. So I mean, at least she was a character I disliked, but at least it was entertaining.
Melisandre or Stannis don't make your like or dislike?
I mean, they didn't really do too much either way, I feel. I mean, Melisandre's just weird. don't understand her vibes.
I
Like her
feel like
vibes.
if there's a character that's second place on getting it on the most, it's Melisandre. So it's like Theon and then
They need to just get together at this point. I mean, hopefully that
she
happens
better
maybe down
hurry.
the
She
line.
better hurry before it's gone.
Yeah, that's true too. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she's got magical
She might
powers. You can bring it
throw
back.
back.
I mean, why not? You know,
Could you
what are the limits of the magic of the Lord of the Light?
I
Honestly,
don't know. All right. Well, that was our reaction and discussion for Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 8, Second Sons. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos, including each and every one of our Game of Thrones reactions. Also, make sure that you follow and subscribe to Tyler. So, Tyler, do you want to let them know where to find you?
sure. You search up my name, you'll find my channel where I do reviews and all that stuff, and on Twitter and Instagram at it's Tyler Calvert.
Perfect. And make sure that you let us know what you thought of this episode. Were you proud of Samwell for killing a White Walker? Were you freaked and weirded out by Melisandre? Let us know either in the comment
Always.
section down below, or you can hit either one of us up on Twitter. Love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.